back here in Columbus as the Devils start this last game of the 2025 calendar year. Started with a 2-goal deficit, Chico Resch, but able to come away with a 3-2 victory.
Well, and it came out of nowhere. It was unlikely because they just weren't getting much done. Certainly they weren't getting any puck luck, but then the penalty against Columbus, then just a simple shot. And, you know, when Nico tied that, I don't know, but it just seemed like, okay, maybe things are going to change, and they sure did in a hurry. And then a great shot by Gritsuk up over the blocker again, just under the crossbar. And then one of the most gorgeous shots that Luke Hughes has delivered this year in the slot, high hash mark, fires another one up over the blocker, and that turned out to be the winner.
So it was Mason Marchment opening the scoring at 6:18 of the first, his 8th of the season, 4th with Columbus. He was acquired in a deal with Seattle for 2 draft picks just before the Christmas break, just before the roster freeze, and he has paid dividends. By the way, they're going to have indoor fireworks here, so we're going to try to get out before we have to talk over some of the red, white, and blue that's going on, which has already started a little bit. At any rate, and then in the second period, it was Charlie Coyle with his 6th goal of the season, and that was off a bit of a goal-mouth scramble, more than a bit. It was a goal-mouth scramble. Devils thought about it, decided not to challenge for goaltender interference. I think it would have only put them down a man. I think that was the right call.
Yep.
And so we go into the third period, and, well, what could you expect from the Devils? They had they hadn't scored in 115 minutes going back to the Washington game. Cody Glass with the goal against Washington, and then they don't score the rest of the way, and then they get shut out by Toronto. They get shut out for 40-plus minutes here by Columbus, but once the floodgates open, they open big time. And as Chico mentioned, it was that penalty on Kirill Marchenko for a hook. 2:45 into the third period. Gave the Devils a chance, and they took advantage. 2:45 the time of the penalty to Marchenko. There's a shot. They score from the blue line. Luke Hughes sends one goalward. I think Nico Hischier got it between the circles. Maybe not. Luke leading the fist bump parade. Either way, the Devils with the power play goal are on the board. Well, Nico Hischier, who challenged Matthew Nyes last night in Toronto, took it upon himself as a captain to try to inject a little life in the Devils team. Hadn't scored in 13 games, but now he can start a goal-scoring streak as he gets the Devils on the board. And it's kind of hard, 4 seconds into the power play, to underestimate the importance of that.
Yeah, and, you know, it was so much Nico Hischier on all of that. He wins the draw. He goes to the net. I just watched the deflection. He could only change the direction of the puck, maybe a foot. If he tips it more than that, it's going to go wide. But what a soft little deflection, and what a goal that was, and that really turned the game around. 55
seconds later, the Devils had tied it up. Here's a chance. Marchment's shot is deflected off the glass. It rolls out high. Devils may have numbers. Meyer out to center ice. They do. Here's Gritsuk now with a shot. He scores! Arseny Gritsuk with the ripper from out high. 2 goals in quick succession, and this game has turned around. Thank you, Rosie, Corey, and Holly. And that is Glenn Chico Resch's daughter, son-in-law, and granddaughter listening to us on their way to Kentucky, and they were the good luck charms.
Yeah, it sure was, Matty. I mean, I thought, okay, Devils, they got 1. Then they got 2. They're not going to get the go-ahead goal this quickly, but they did.
And so the game was tied at 2. That goal came 55 seconds, as I said, after Hischier had gotten the Devils on the board. And the Devils were not done. Jet Greaves and company were spooked, and, well, it was Luke Hughes who came up with the game-winning goal. Brown finds Luke Hughes with a shot. He scores! Brown out of the corner. Luke with a goal. And they have put 3 home in a short period of time, and they've got the lead. 1:50 56, in fact, the 3 goals coming in quick succession. Connor Brown, Andre Palat picked up the second, or the assist. Brown the primary, Palat the secondary on Luke Hughes' 4th goal of the season at 4:45. And for Luke, that's his first goal in 7 games. Downstairs we go. Joining us outside the Devils dressing room is a mystery guest, and we're going to ask him to enter and sign in, please. Who is joining us on the post-game show? Hello. All right, we'll see if the mystery guest comes back. We asked for Jake Allen, but oftentimes he has to go in,
sure,
and he has to rehydrate and so on and so forth. We asked for a couple other people, but not sure who that might be. Hold on. This is live, folks. I'm going to take a phone call here from our media relations department. Yeah, hi, Nick. Okay. We could not, no. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. All right. Thank you. So you heard one half of the conversation. They're not hearing us downstairs. And so, well, listen, but you got a little insider look at what
that
goes
was
on.
a first.
Yeah.
You taking a phone call on the air. I love it.
Exactly. Anyway, we're not done with the highlights, but we were just about done with the game. And we're going to call this sequence, as the Devils have the 3-2 lead. We'll call it the plays of the game, brought to you by Prudential, the Devils' official financial services partner. 45 to go in the third. Devils protecting a 1-goal lead. Here's Severson again to Marchment. Back to Severson. Goes cross ice. Provorov finds Marchment. He goes wide on the shot. 33 to go. Severson out high for Marchment again. Along the right wing wall to Severson. Long drive. Blockered away by Allen. Provorov with it as Columbus recovers the puck. It's Severson now. Goes cross ice. The one-timer on Marchenko, and it's a blocker save by Allen. 16 to go.
What a save, Matty.
Marchment with it. Looking. Gives it off to Provorov. Now hands it off, and the drive by Marchenko deflects as it goes wide, and it comes all the way down, and that will do it. What a finish. Those were the plays of the game, brought to you by Prudential, the Devils' official financial services partner.
Well, the Devils haven't been winning, but it's not that the games haven't been exciting. But let's be honest, Matty, the excitement took a step up tonight when they got the win. But, I couldn't really fault them for their effort. It's just getting the puck in the net was just monumental for the Devils until tonight. Then all of a sudden, 3 quick ones came that looked pretty easy, didn't they?
They did, and the Devils will try to carry that momentum over to Saturday afternoon's game against Utah. Let's check in with the winning goalie, Jake Allen, to get his thoughts on the game.
If ever there was a gut check moment for this team over the last little while, I think that third period, those opening minutes, I mean, what did you see there, and what did that do?
Yeah, to be honest, our second period wasn't very good. We'll put it all that way. It wasn't acceptable, but you got to give kudos to the guys in the room. They talked before going out for the third, and about this is a real serious time that we need a response. So kudos to them to go out there and plot 3 goals in, I don't know how many minutes, 5 minutes maybe. And
2 and a bit.
2 and a bit, yeah. I don't look at the clock, so I don't know. So honestly, it was great for them because, you know what, it's been a tough time right now, not just offensively, but just obviously find ways to win games. And, this league's never going to give you an easy moment. So I think to come out of these times right now, I think it's a right way to come out of it rather than winning a game 7-1. It's fine. It's a little bit of determination, a little bit of grit, and a little bit of passion to find a way to get a win.
Is this one of the bigger character moments that maybe you've been a part of with this team?
I don't know if I
given the circumstances,
yeah, we just
right?
needed a win. We just needed to get a win, especially to carry some momentum back home here. Obviously, have a day of rest tomorrow and get back to it. I think it's just starting to try to build some positive momentum day in, day out, and see where the results take us. But I think it just starts with practice again on Friday, and we just can't be complacent after one good period. We need to come back, work our butts off Friday, and then get back for a good test at home.
But it is all about those little moments, right? So like that 1 goal goes in for Nico, and then I don't want to say everyone gets excited, right? But it's like those little building blocks that allow for those next two to come.
Yeah,
right?
Hockey's a game of momentum, good or bad. It's all about momentum, and that's the way the league works. And, obviously we haven't had that a lot on our side lately, but so that feeling for those guys obviously elated them. Mm-hmm. And, it was great to see a couple shots go in the net for those guys, too. It's great shot by Luke and Gritz. And then, obviously, we just needed a weird goal to go in. And, obviously, that happened with the first one. So, we'll take it. And it's time to move on now.
And then just at the end of the game there with the 6-on-5, just the way everyone was defending. And really, the late penalty for Dilly there. Just like, those are big.
Yeah, definitely momentum boosters, and... if they would have scored on that PK, it would have obviously took the life out of those couple minutes that we gave us. But, the guys did a great job in penalty kill tonight. Something we've really been talking about a lot internally, trying to find ways to get better. And it doesn't get better overnight, but tonight was a really good step.
Thanks.
Amanda Stein speaking with Jake Allen. By the way, he was going to be our mystery guest, as it turns out, so we got him anyway. Jake's played in this league 13 years. You've talked about the puck luck, and I think for someone like myself who has watched it but not played it, you can hear that term, and I can see puck luck. I can see lack of puck luck, but it is that unseen hand, I guess, in this sport.
Oh, and the last save that he makes, he knows, okay, I'm way over. If you're looking at him, he's on the right. It's going over to the left, Marchenko. He can fire it. He can't just go down normally, Matty. He's got to go across because Marchenko can score. He's not going to shoot it low on the ice. He goes with his blocker halfway up the net. I don't know if it's his blocker, the stick, but he got enough of it. But that was a glorious save. And here's the last thing about Jake Allen. No one out there think that Jake Allen thinks he's a backup goalie. He'll say that if that's what you want him to say. But every goalie, and especially this guy, says, no, at the right time, I'm going to be number one. And he was on fire all night.
He was a difference maker, no question about it, as he kept Columbus at bay. Mm-hmm. Gave up 2 goals, but that was it. And then when the Devils took the lead, he shut the door. And so, he had a big hand in the win as well. That reminds me, he thinks he's a starter. That reminds me of the days when I covered the New York Mets. Now, Mike Piazza played in a ton of games, right? Uh-huh. He was their big power hitter. He was their superstar. He was going to catch most games. But every day, the backup, Todd Pratt is the person I'm thinking about, he would come past the lineup and look to see if he was in the lineup that day. And most days he wasn't, but he wasn't going to stop looking because he's thinking, I can be that guy. He knows that he's not Mike Piazza, but
absolutely,
I can start here.
Oh, if you start going the other way, especially with 2 35-year-old goalies, Matty, they're both coming kind of from the same background. Why would you think I can't be the guy? Now, that doesn't mean you're going to be the guy all year long. It's at critical moments in this coming season, in 2026. We can say that, Matt. There's going to be critical moments that one of the goalies or both of them are going to have to be difference makers. And tonight, Jake Allen was.
And what might we see on Saturday when the Devils try to carry some of this momentum over? Jake mentioned getting a good practice in on Friday. Devils take on the Utah Mammoth in a 3 o'clock start.
I would go with Markstrom Saturday and Allen on Sunday.
Against Carolina.
That would be me. And why not? Why not just keep rotating him? And I think, didn't Markstrom beat? Yeah, he won out there in Utah. So, it's kind of a no-brainer, I think.
Yeah, and overall, from a Devils standpoint, what will they take from this? It's only one game if they don't do something better with it. But what do they take out of this? Stick with the process?
What you asked me at the end of the first, what do they want to do different? I said they don't want to do anything different.
Said nothing. Just keep doing it.
No, and they shouldn't. And then Saturday, you don't do anything different. You're always trying to win puck battles in front of the net, finish plays. You're always trying to do that. So I'm just, I would say, got a couple days to think about it. Just start thinking, puck's going to start going in for us. Whoever you are, I'm going to shoot it. I'm going to either hit that top corner. I'm going to be in front to tip it. Just think of positive things that are going to happen to you you're going to be the difference maker, and then bring it on Sunday, and you could be.
Yeah, let's see what the weekend holds. But for now, Chico, very best for a Happy New Year, Happy 2026. It'll just get underway in a few hours, and then we're off to a long slog through the year. It goes by quickly, though. It's hard to believe how quickly 2025 went by, but best to you, Diane, and your family.
Thank you, and to you and Maggie and your family. And we're going to fly. We're going to be on the flight when it flips over to 2026, but it is just amazing. When I think back to the Devils winning that cup in 2003, Maddie, that's 23 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That just blows my mind. But that's the way time marches on.
It does, and for all of us here on the Devils Hockey Network, for those who are listening, we appreciate your loyalty. We appreciate your company each and every game, and we wish you and yours the very best for a happy 2026 as the Devils will return to action on Saturday to take on Utah, game that will be heard right here on the Devils Hockey Network.